Well, hello there, guys, and welcome to Armored Brigade 2. If you're a fan of modern war games or strategy games, you've probably played the original Armored Brigade, or perhaps you haven't. But today I want to jump in and take a look at the newest iteration of the game, Armored Brigade 2. It looks like there are campaign options here, of course, the typical Cold War NATO versus Warsaw Pact approach. But if you take a look over here at the actual single missions, you'll see that there are a variety of mixes, even West German versus East German, for instance, in this particular battle, cousin versus cousin. That being said, we're actually going to jump into a battle called Rearguard here, playing as the United States, defending a position against the Soviets, just to get our eyes on what the new gameplay looks like for Armored Brigade 2. I would ask you, as always, if you are a fan of the channel, if you enjoy the channel, if you watch these videos and they help you make a decision on buying games, please like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure to hit the bell notification so that you get any updates from my channel. Also, I have a ton of Armored Brigade content here on the AgrippaMaxentius channel. If you want to take a look at that, just type in AgrippaMaxentius Armored Brigade or Armored Brigade Chechnya Agrippa in the YouTube search, and you will find it. The Chechen campaign for the first iteration of this game was awesome. Okay, enough talking. Let's jump into the game. All right, guys, it begins. We've actually got an enemy ground unit spotted. We do have some units in the area. Look at that. Really interesting tracer rounds. I want to get closer to that BMP, but what I really want to do is actually potentially bring one of our additional tanks over. Then again, you know what? They're well dug in, and I love that. Look at that. We've got a target lock already. That is beautiful. Another unit destroyed. So a few enemy BMPs being destroyed right off the get-go there. And look at that, man. Takes a little moment for it to render in there. All right, let's take a look at these BMPs. T-80 tank destroyed right through the side armor. You've got to love that. And I love, look at that, guys. A tremendous amount of smoke coming off the destroyed vehicles. That looks great. I think a tow missile was just launched. And of course, we've got the Soviet bloc moving up very quickly here. We've already laid our mines there, by the way, if you guys are seeing that. And look at that. That's going to be the tow rockets, and another one destroyed. So far, I think our setup is fantastic. And you can see in the upper left corner the kills, you know, who got what, etc. I'm tempted to move some of our units up to Wiesels. And I'm thinking we can grab maybe these guys, but see, we need to hold the village as well. Maybe these guys too. And just the fact that we can zoom in on the units is such a huge bonus. Since they're dug in, I'm not going to mess with them. I'm just going to hold our current positions. Look at that, man. I love the smoke it's caused. So actually, I would like to advance with this APC. Let's kind of push it up just right there. As you can see, there is a time limit which it will take to receive the order and move. It's something I love about Armored Brigade. So far, I'm not seeing any more Soviets on the horizon, but of course, things can change very quickly here. And let's just take a look at those wrecks. I love to see post-battle wrecks and post-battle casualties in these kind of games. Oh, got some machine gun fire, I believe. Look at that. And of course, the destroyed tanks are what I really love here. So far, we haven't spotted anything else from what I can tell. All right, incoming enemy artillery. That's not good for us, obviously. Trying to see exactly where it's striking. I'm not seeing where. Actually, it's right there. Look at that. So it's hitting our tanks back here. We've got quite a few just with a defensive focus, of course. And look at that. So that's the artillery. Damn, that's pretty brutal. All right, I can already see the enemy ground units right there, guys. Currently, we don't have a line of sight from the tanks. We could, of course, move up if we wanted, and this ahead of the tanks is just a minefield. But I think I'm going to hold my location for now. Kind of let them do their work from here. What do you think? Let me know in the comments so far of the game. Are you enjoying the graphics? Are you enjoying the look of it, etc.? You know, Armored Brigade has always been minimalist in the graphics department, but really great in the tactics and, you know, ability to choose different scenarios department. And here, I mean, I think for their first 3D game, let's call it, it's all right. It's definitely a unique look. So you can see we've already got a visual over there on those targets. Beautiful. Beautiful. Look at that, man. I love the tanks. They're putting in really good work. That M1A1 is doing a tremendous job. All right, another one destroyed. Just wonderful. And again, the smoke is so good in the game. Just being able to actually spot the units you've hit and the damage you've caused. Defense and Armored Brigade is huge, of course. And we picked some pretty good positions just to be able to defend our key points. Hoping it can stop that Soviet onslaught. But look at that BMP. Look at the dust it's kicking up. That's so cool, man. Love that element of the game. Just all of the smoke on the battlefield. Very realistic. And there we go. Our tanks are still getting fantastic hits. We could, of course, focus targets if we wanted to, but I'm letting the tank kind of do what he thinks is right, although he is ignoring these BMPs, and that's a little concerning. You can always pause as well to reallocate your targets if you'd like. And it looks like actually our infantry in this building may be hitting the enemy. We might have some tow missiles or anti-tank missiles. Another one destroyed. There we go. That's a tow for sure. Fortunately, looks like it's missing the target. And continued shots from the tanks, but those Soviet BMPs keep moving up. Again, that's a scout section. They're not going to do much to this tank or the BMPs. We really need to rely on our own armor. And so far, it's all jammed up. Again, unless we advance with existing armor. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to grab this section here. And I am going to advance right up here to the road, because I feel like we've been pretty strong against them so far. I feel like we can take the fight to them. It's definitely a tow launch there. There we go, man. And that's just from a missile strike. Damn good. See, our infantry are now opening up on them. Right from the buildings here as well. And because of the type of damage, just machine gun and rifle ammunition, it's not going to penetrate that hull. Yeah, they are definitely moving up with those BMPs. We've got to watch those. Another one destroyed. Right through the left hull. Love that. And look at that. Nice little explosion after. I just now realized that. Yeah, I mean, I like the visuals. Again, it's not Warno. It's not regiments. It's definitely, you know, it's got its own unique look. But But that's fine, because again, I know that the modifications for this game are going to be insane. The Chechen War, pretty much any modern conflict you can imagine, you can recreate with the armored engine. Same in the original Armored Brigade, so I really just can't wait to see what people make. But so far, I'm liking the look, and it's definitely looking quite intimidating in terms of the numbers here of the Soviets. They are doing typical Soviet tactic of sending their boys in full force, and of course, it can work out, but maybe sometimes it can. It really depends on what's going on. Look at that, man. We've destroyed a hell of a lot of them. They've just got smoke coming all off their towns, and we've still got a significant amount of defenders here to stop any further push by the Soviets. Another one destroyed. I feel like once they get right here where their buddies were, we'll be able to hit them pretty quickly. And there we go, right from the buildings. There's some really good infantry tactics here as well. Of course, they can't leave this building. They've got to stay put. But maybe they've got some sort of an ordnance that can take it out. Oh, it's just a scout team, unfortunately. Nope, all they have are assault rifles and hand grenades. So we really need another unit to come to their aid at this point. And over here, we do have a scout team with, again, assault rifles and hand grenades. That's unfortunate. Get an up-close and personal look at the scout team, but they're about to get wiped out by that BMP. I would almost surrender if I were them, man. That's bad. Come on, do we have any tanks in the area? I know we do, but some of them are hit. Look at that. The artillery that the enemy dropped, look at that, man. Completely wiped out our tanks. That was significantly good use of enemy artillery. And now we are left with just infantry, I believe. Let's see what else we've got here. And these are the units we are, of course, pushing forward with. A Bradley and some infantry units. Now, these guys do have law rockets, which can take out the enemy tanks and BMPs. But we're going to have to get up here to this section of the battlefield to defend against them. And over, of course, here, they're probably going to be going through this town. We do have some mines strategically placed, but whether or not they're going to be placed in the appropriate area, that remains to be seen. We'll see. This APC, again, nothing that can take out the BMPs, unfortunately. We will need to get the rest of the men forward. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed so far, and we haven't even called in air support yet. We do have it, actually. Let's see if we can call it in. Yep, it's moving. Hopefully, it's going to be able to take out some of these BMPs. I definitely want to see what it looks like. And, of course, we're just bringing in a chopper. Let's see if it can make a difference here and hopefully destroy some of these BMPs moving into the town. But as you can see, and that's very realistic. The rifle damage is not going to do anything to BMPs. There we go, baby! Hit by an ITV missile. Got one of them, and we can actually see some of their infantry outside of the vehicles here. Ooh, trying to get a sight on us with the binoculars. I like that. Here we go. That's going to be a tow missile for sure. Oh, it's a hit, but actually not a kill. And look at that. Yep, we've got these Soviets with their infantry out now. Now it's an actual infantry-to-infantry fight. And hopefully we can take out quite a few of them. Another one destroyed, guys. Look at this. We're taking out these BMPs. I was worried about them initially, but it looks like we're doing an okay job. All right, that helicopter is moving. Might just take a little while to get into location. I'm hoping that the Soviets will simply leave due to loss of men. They usually don't, but the reality is in Armored Brigade, if you can get a significant amount of the enemy army destroyed or, you know, leaving, retreated, then you've got to win. So we're really just trying to stack up that kill count. Look at those missiles, man. So they just started taking cover. And of course, our goal is to defend these points, the village and the Autobahn. So the highway and the village. So as long as we can keep the enemy from getting to that location, then we're doing our job, essentially. Let's see, where are my mines? Oh, they're all the way over here. So yeah, they could end up getting these. I placed these here just because I suspected as they get closer, they're going to avoid the roads. Because it's so close to our defensive location that they're going to try to go through the fields. But of course, if you're playing, it's going to be up to you exactly what you prioritize in terms of where you want to place the mines, etc. Oh, baby. Oh, that thing flew up in the air. That was a crazy hit by a missile. And yeah, the entire area is on fire. Got another missile. And so far, we've done a great job at stopping these Soviets. I mean, incredible job, really. Like to see that our vehicles are still opening fire on their infantry units. And they're a little hard to see in this field, but maybe that speaks to the level of camouflage they've got here. Yeah, it's a tank. And that, of course, is the men were moving forward. I love seeing that on the field. Just being able to see the enemy approaching due to the smoke the vehicles are kicking up. Again, quite realistic and not something you often see in these kind of games. Really nice. Although our helicopter is still not arrived. How long does it take to send a helicopter out, damn it? All right, got those two ATGM carriers, and oh, what was that? Was that a little missile being fired? Believe it was. But yeah, I mean, again, visually speaking, I have nothing to complain about. I never thought it was going to be the prettiest looking 3D game, and it's not. But I still think there's definitely, possibilities here. We're having an issue actually here at the end with the graphics. Not sure what's going on. For some reason, when we zoom in on the vehicles, they're kind of disappearing a little bit. Oh, you know what? It might have something to do with the fog of war. That actually would make sense. That sometimes we'll get a view on them and then they'll disappear from view. That's quite cool. So far, so good. Managing to stop that Soviet force. And these Bradleys have been great with their approach. They've got their own missiles. I mean, it's pretty remarkable. You don't need a tank to take out a tank. Don't even need an anti-tank team to take out a tank these days. They've still got a few over here. We can't spot them due to the fog of war, but we can, of course, spot the destroyed vehicles. Some of them just, of course, abandoning the vehicle entirely, as we can see here. And I think that's our first infantry casualty we got a sight on, actually. I like that, a little bit of blood splatter. Very close combat-ish. Here we go, another tow. Oh, he survived that hit, man. A brutal one, but he took it like a champ. Yeah, that does make sense, of course. It's a T-72. So quite a strong little tank there. I think we fired another one. Is it headed in his direction? I hope it is. Did we take a track off, though? It did say no damage, so I think he's okay, but he has stopped. I think the crew may be a little bit rattled, and yes, that can happen in this game. They can get a little bit shocked or stunned. Especially with a hit like that, I think they may very well have been a little bit stunned. Let's see where that tow is launching from. Oh, over there. Damn, look at that. There's another one. They're getting very close, as you can imagine, boys and girls. Incoming aircraft. I think that's our chopper. Let's see if he can do something here. Now, unfortunately, he's actually way behind the line. Next time, we should call him, like, back here, anticipating the enemy movement. But who knows? Maybe he can still make a difference. There we go. Yep, incoming aircraft indeed. Let's see what they do. So I hope these aren't just scout units. I hope they can actually fire some missiles off at these enemies. We're about to find out. These are Cobras, aren't they? They should be firing away. Oh boy, okay, yes. Trying to hit the enemy infantry. That's pretty brutal. And look at that, firing at the enemy tanks as well, and they destroyed one, man. These Cobras are putting in work. Another one destroyed over there. Oh my goodness. Hell of a job. If you've gotten this far, put Cobra in the comment section, because I'm liking the Cobra action. That's pretty awesome. Now, we did get to select whether we called them in high or low, by the way. I didn't mention that in the pre-battle calculations. I asked to call them in low because I didn't know if the enemy was going to have any anti-air. But as you can see, that cost us one Cobra just now. Next time, I, of course, would have called them in a bit higher. Come on, man. Fire off another one. Enemy's going to be firing some artillery, it looks like. Oh my goodness, effective artillery, man, on our units here. That is brutal. I'm loving it, though. All of the smoke effects in the game are just amazing. Whoever, you know, developed the smoke effects should get a grand prize. That's just great. Really well done. I don't want to get this infantry over here, of course, in the tree line. But it's looking like a proper battlefield, and of course we do have some wrecks that are smoking, some abandoned, some that are burning up here. As you can see, burning the surrounding area as well. A really, just a job well done. What can I say? A job well done. Just now notice the fellow burned out, or no, that's actually the top of a turret. Ah, I see. Thought it was a burned up guy at first. But again, really liking it. Reminding me a lot of the original Armored Brigade, which is not a bad thing, as that was a great game too. This just looks like basically the original Armored Brigade with significantly updated graphics. And yeah, let me know if you agree in the comment section below. Also, look at the damage to the terrain just from the helicopters and from artillery explosions. In this case, it's artillery explosions. Really, really cool as well. Oh, that would have been such a good outro there with the destruction of the tank. In any case, I want to know how you guys, or what you guys think about this so far. Are you enjoying it? Or do you want to see more Armored Brigade 2? Do you think it needs work? Let me know in the comments. I'm really liking it, and I didn't expect, again, anything crazy after seeing 1. Because let's face it, 1 is not the prettiest game, but if you're a war gamer or you're a strategy gamer, you don't really care as much about the graphics as you do the actual gameplay and concept of the game. And this has always been a fantastic game when it comes to that. You can see actually the orders being given there, delegated to other units. It takes time for the orders to actually go into place and for the men to follow them. And I think that's very realistic, and I quite like it. All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it here for this Armored Brigade battle. Again, YouTube does unfortunately penalize videos that are too long, and I don't want to get on their naughty list here. That being said, if you want to see more Armored Brigade 2 content, battles, etc., let me know in the comments down below, and we'll make it happen and do some full battles here. As is, we've actually played 25 minutes of just this battle already. And so far, there are still plenty of Soviets. So it would take a while to get them to capitulate or to fall back.